Hey there, guys. What's going back up? I thought I'd try and get my first movie review up here, which I know you're just clamoring for. But anyways, it's it's something I think that's kind of neat. I just got through watching the Divergent movie, which I was kind of looking forward to, and it's always hard to when you write a book or a series like that, and then people build up what it's going to be in their mind. And of course, the good thing about books is when you read them, you can you get to build up something in your mind, and it's all in your mind. The characters, what they look like, what the action looks like, what's going on, and all of it goes in your mind. And so when it comes on film, it's always someone else's interpretation. So it always tends to be a little bit less or something different than what you expect. And so I always tend to give Hollywood a little bit of a benefit of a doubt because it's entertainment. And I kind of look at, there's the book, and then I look at here's the movie, which is just kind of the adaptation of the book, which is what's got me through all these The Hobbit being split up into 3 freaking movies. It got me through it because I can turn it on and I can watch it, and even though a lot of it doesn't have a lot to do with the book, it's kind of nice to turn it on and have Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit on my TV, even though it's not exactly the Silmarillion or something. But I gotta say, and I'm always the dude that I tend to instead of critiquing something, I try to at least read it, so that way, you don't want to have the guy that has an opinion on something, but that doesn't at least give it the due respect to at least read it. You know what I mean? Just give them the respect in here. But anyways, this is the book anyways, because I don't have the DVD. I rented it on pay-per-view, DirecTV. It's the Divergent movie. And I'll tell you, I loved the 3 books, even though a lot of people try to compare them to the Hunger Games or 2 other dystopian novels, and I still say that it's a little bit different. But I do say that sometimes it does seem like it tries to be different just for the sake of being different, which it's a much different thing to be different and then to be different just for the sake of being different. Like, I'm going to kill the main character here because everybody is expecting me to kill the main character here, which, okay, I mean, I understand if you're going to kill the main character here, but I mean, instead of there, but if you're just doing it just for the sole fact of to be different, well, then does it make any sense in the broad sense of what's going on in the story altogether, or do you just do it just to do that, and then the story suffers because of it? That's what I'm thinking, and so when I go in to talk about this movie, that's kind of the mindset I'm thinking of here. The movie, like I said, I kind of knew that it was, that it was not going to be, obviously, the movie adaptations of books are not going to be, as I said, as good as what normally you would think that they're going to be. So I kind of mark it down that I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm just going to kind of sit back and just kind of let myself be entertained, and unless it's completely oblivious, like the first Percy Jackson movie, where they had Annabeth like way older than Percy, and number one, they couldn't even get the hair color right. I mean, come on. I mean, I understand casting here. I mean, you're not always going to get the lady that's exactly 16 and the boy that's exactly 16 that fits the part here, but okay, I'm sure you can find or at least color her hair blonde, okay? Or, I mean, they've got context that you can give people, that make their eyes green, just little tiny things like that make us book lovers, just kind of go a little crazy. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, this book didn't have none of that. It had some, what I would think, a little bit of inexperienced actors. and it wasn't horribly bad. I would think the best part of the movie that I liked, the part that to me kind of brought me back to that sense of the book, was in a few instances of the movie, was the first opening sequence where she's walking through there and she looks around at the factionless, Triss, where she's looking around at the factionless and she's seeing them, just kind of looking hopelessly at her, and when it shows her as a kid kind of wanting to run with the with the Dauntless as they run off the train. The opening sequence there I thought was kind of done good, and I liked that. The rest of it seemed, from the previews, I thought was going to be great. But then as I watched the movie, it seemed like they were rushed a little bit. I was really looking forward to the Ferris wheel thing. I don't know if anybody else was, but and like I said, this may contain I'm going to try to keep the spoilers to a minimum on this, because I do think that people should go out and to me, I would say this movie rentable. I didn't go see it in theaters because I just the only theaters there are where I live is all the way in Fort Smith, which is 17 miles away. And let me tell you something, it takes a pretty dang special movie to get me to go 17 miles to Fort Smith, because I have to work there. And unless you're paying me, I don't want to go to that town. I hate traffic. But other than that, it's definitely rentable. But like I said, I saw the previews, and there were certain things that I was looking for going in. I was looking forward to I was definitely looking forward to the Ferris wheel scene. And that was another scene that I was kind of starting to think that it was starting to feel a little bit like the books there. I was kind of starting to get into it a little bit. And then all of a sudden the Ferris wheel scene was over. And I'm like, what the heck? I don't get it. That was supposed to be like a central scene. That was like where, she becomes this fearless crapping thing, and then Tobias is supposed to be like, holy crap, I mean, this girl's like, when everybody else is shuts down emotionally when experiencing fear, this girl wakes up. I mean, that was supposed to be a key element that happened in the book, that all of a sudden in the movie you didn't. So all of a sudden then the scene's over with, and then you're like, well, that didn't quite capture the feeling that I was thinking that was going to be there. And then like I said, then the zip line, the other good thing that you're looking forward to from the first book, the zip line. You're, hey, all right, here we go. We're getting to the zip line thing, and then all of a sudden here they are at the zip line, and she's on the zip line, and everybody's kind of going, and it's like I said, the movie just seemed like it was all kind of jaw jacked and thrown. It was just kind of, it went too fast. In movies, you got to visually capture people, and you've got to keep them going. And it just seemed like that she, that zip line thing, she's going like this, she's going through the building, and it was kind of cool, but it wasn't anything that you hadn't seen in like a Mission Impossible movie or anything like that. I mean, I was, and they didn't make any reference. Here's the deal. In the book, it was a big deal that Trish was the first one that ever took the zip line facing frontwards. She got herself hooked on the zip line and was facing frontward. Once again, displaying her being like freaking bad A, fearless. The first one to jump at the beginning, the first one to, to do the Ferris wheel thingy all freaky, and now she's the first one to go head first on the zip line in the books, and in the movie, she does it. It's kind of anticlimactic, and you're sitting here, and all they do is she comes off of the thing, and they kind of go, woo, and then you're like, well, what the crap? Nobody makes mention that nobody else has ever went on the zip line face first. I mean, that's a central part of the building of Triss's character, from being this abnegation, low, meek, selfless person into being this fearless chick that's ready to kick some Xena butt. You know, I mean, that's the central part of Triss was nobody was seeing this girl coming out being you know, some serious woman kick butt lady. You know, and that's what gets behind her, and that's part of the reason why Ford falls in love with this chick is because she could probably whip his butt. Number one, and number two is she's freaking fearless, kind of like him. He's only got 4 fears, you see what I'm saying here? All of this is covered in the book, but in the movie, nah. You know, and then the whole build up with they didn't really key in on the whole friendship with her and Christina. You know, and Tobias, he didn't really give a whole bunch of emotion. Of course, in the book, he doesn't give an emotion, but you know, all of a sudden, you know, she checks out his tattoos, and then they kiss in the movie. You know, in the book, it's kind of a bigger build-up to the whole tension thing that's going on here. And what was good was that her being kind of a teenage girl was that when she says stop, and it was a big moment in the book when he says, okay, you know, which sent a really good message, I thought, to young girls out there that there are men out there still, thank God, that when the girl sets a boundary, that there's men out there like Ford here that not only respect that boundary but will honor it. And I thought that was a great message that Veronica Roth set in the book, but in the movie it's not even, I mean, he stops, you know, but it's not mentioned. I thought that was a great message in the book that's not mentioned in the movie. And then, like I said, it's just, and then also, you know, with the gal that played Trish, the Wheatley, you know, she's a pretty gal, very pretty gal. She looked a lot younger in the movie than she did when she was doing the interviews on the Tonight Show and all these other shows. But and she makes her own toothpaste, by the way. I thought it was kind of interesting. She had a little lack of emotion in a lot of things. I kind of felt that, you know, she did a lot better than that Bella lady in the Twilight movies. But I mean, you know, she showed it at a key points. But I just wish that in the movie she would have kind of been more of a demonstrative, more of a hey, you know, because in the books Trish starts out as being this, you know, kind of meek girl that didn't say anything, and then by the end Trish was this take charge diva of destruction. You know, and I felt that, you know, Wheatley, and maybe it wasn't her, maybe it was just what was being directed to her. So this is not a critique on her as an actress, because this is probably her early work and stuff. But, you know, I'm just saying that I thought that she might have could have, towards the course of the movie, kind of came in there and you know, breathed a little fire and spat a little lightning, you know, like the Triss that we all know and love from the book series. But anyway, other than that, I'll cut this off as my first movie review for the Divergent movie. Like I said, I think it's definitely rentable. But once again, I kind of put that little warning out there. It is definitely it's definitely a little bit leaves a bit lacking as far as the book would go on those points that I made right there. But anyways, you know, I would rent it definitely. Maybe not buy I wouldn't shell out $25 for the Blu-ray. I know that, but I would rent it to, you know, have a nice night with some popcorn, maybe a little hamburger, whatever. I don't know, and enjoy it. I mean, it's that decent. It's not as bad as what you'd think, but it could definitely been a lot better. I did love seeing Awesome Shot of Chicago, though. Anyways, happy movie watching.